Sunday, August 2nd is when it's going to go down of this 2-night event streaming live Saturday and Sunday, 6 Eastern on the ESPN app with an ESPN Unlimited plan. So what can you preview for us on this front, Seth? What do you
Whoa, baby. I mean, it's 2 nights. It's going to be a big deal. You know, SummerSlam is the biggest party this summer. It's kind of like WrestleMania in the middle of August or in the beginning of August. You got a lot going on. You got Brock Lesnar and Oba in the Hell in a Cell. You got Cody and Punk. You got Liv and Io for the Women's Championship. You got a ladder match to find an interim WWE Women's Champion as well. 5 women going to be fighting out for that. And then, of course, the main event on Sunday. Myself, Roman Reigns, kind of 14 years in the making. We've got a huge history. Came in as part of the Shield, one of the most dominant factions in the history of WWE. Separated in 2014. I might have had something to do with that. But there's been a lot of history between me and Roman over the years. And I think we're at a place in our careers where we're both kind of closer to the end than the beginning. So don't know how many more opportunities we're going to get to do this dance, he and I, one-on-one with the title on the line at a big pay-per-view or premium live event, as we call them now. But I'm really excited, looking forward to it. And, you know, whether this is the final chapter or not, I don't know, but it's certainly the next chapter.
Seth, what's up? TJ here.
Yo.
What's up, bro? So, you know, the story of you and Roman's been told. You guys have done a great job taking us down that path. But I want to ask you as a wrestling fan, with SummerSlam being so important, with 2 nights, you as a fan, the fan Seth Rollins, what are you looking forward to watching, sitting back outside your match, just like taking in their story?
Well, there's a couple of them. I think one of the big ones, and I mentioned this on another interview earlier this week, is Nick Aldis, who's the SmackDown general manager. He's taking on Gunther, who I wrestled at WrestleMania this past year. One of the best in the game. And Aldis is a guy who's been in the industry for a long time, but he's making his WWE in-ring debut. So if you want to pop on the old internet machine and Google Nick Aldis, you'll find a lot about his professional wrestling career before he was just the SmackDown GM. So it's always interesting for me to see like how people react in a huge spotlight like this, right? It's not just like a regular match on a Monday or a Friday. This is a big time match against a big time player. So when you get your first kind of blush with achieving what is most people's dream in our industry to be in WWE, I'm always curious to see what that's going to be like for him. The other one is actually Chad Gable versus Penta. I think if you followed the Chad Gable story over the past year and some change, you know, from Grande Americano to his injury to coming back as Grande and then having an incredible match versus match down in AAA in Mexico to now kind of this redemption arc. And he's from Minneapolis, so this is his hometown. And so to see what that's going to be like for him, the ovation that he's probably going to get against one of the greatest mass wrestlers of our generation, Penta, for a prestigious title like the Intercontinental Championship, I think that one jumps off the page for me as well. I know when you're in your hometown or your home state, like there's an extra little chip on your shoulder that you really want to show out and show up for your hometown fans.
What are you looking forward to, TJ? What are you looking forward to?
Well, he knows. I told him that this last week when he was here. Obviously, he and Roman, that, you know, you're talking about the 2 top guys of a generation. It's like watching Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart or The Rock and Stone Cold. So obviously his match.
And now for that match, because you have worked with Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Right? You are rooting for Seth Rollins, right? Like, who's Roman Reigns? Who is that person? We don't know who he is anymore.
You know,
pressure.
No matter
Put
what
the pressure
you've done,
on him, Rich.
no matter how much you have rooted for Roman Reigns, there's now a personal connection for you and the man in purple on the screen.
This is true.
Am I wrong?
You are not wrong.
Okay, so what are we going to do now?
Here's what we're going to do.
What are we?
You know, you guys always make fun of me for being a Sixers and a Clippers fan, right?
And a Penn State fan and a Met fan.
This in particular, because it's one sport, 2 teams. So anytime I've watched the Sixers and the Clippers, what I do is every time there's a basket, I clap. Every time there's a good defensive play, I clap. Every time there's a call I don't like, I boo. So I do. I sit on the fence on that one.
All right. So then, hold on a minute. Sorry, Seth. I don't mean to talk like you're not sitting here listening to this whole thing. But so Seth is now the Sixers, right? And Roman's the Clippers. Right?
I'm going to say this. I'm fans of...
Seth, am I wrong?
I'm fans of both men, but I got to be honest. There's one guy I can get on the phone and I can text and call and he'll answer. And storyline purposes, The other guy's never beaten him really in a big match. So if you're going to put the to my head, I'm going to say Monday we'll come in talking about maybe the new world champion.
There's only one person in this room who is aligned with one person. I'm a Seth Rollins guy. I am out as a Seth Rollins guy. I don't know what the deal is with the acknowledging and all that crap anymore. So, Seth, you know that I have your back 100% to the end. Love you, my brother. Let's go get it.
Right.
So you have no schism
right.
then.
I love that.
You know?
Thank you, Brockman. We don't need none of this on the fence
Jeez.
TJ nonsense. All right.
Get off
we
the
don't
fence,
need anybody hedging their bets over here. We need love. We need support. That's what we need. You want the title to come back to the Rich Eisen Show. It's not going to be Roman Reigns
what I'm
bringing that
saying.
title
Yeah,
to
that's
your
what I'm
corner
saying.
over there,
That's a good
TJ.
point.
You're going to need Seth Rollins to do that for you. All right.
Absolutely. Well, you heard my closing statement, Seth. You heard what I said.
What closing statement?
He heard. Did you hear me? Because you heard what I said.
Which was what?
I said storyline purposes. I think we might.
Storyline purposes.
we
I
might-
don't root for storylines. I root for people who I love and I root for
There
and I
you
work
go.
with. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So plus, let's stir this up even more. Didn't Roman Reigns say something to you?
He did.
Did he not say something to you about this man?
He did.
What did he say to you about this man?
He said,
Go ahead. Come on.
I saw him backstage and he looks at me and goes, "What's up with your coworker, man?" Now, at
You
that
immediately
point,
thought it had to be me.
no, I knew it wasn't you.
Okay.
So the thought was, I was like, damn, okay, he watches our stuff. And then I was like, is he talking about Brockman? No, he's talking about Seth. And then kayfabe, he was kind of complimentary of your skills and what you do hosting. But yeah, the first thing he said, he looked at me and was like, "What's up with your coworker, man?" So yeah.
Seth.
You know, look, rivalries make stories and stories sell tickets. And this has been a story that's sold tickets for many, 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 many years.
Okay.
And so
I just love that he looked at us as coworkers. You know, that did something for him.
Equals.
there we go.
Or was he
Yeah.
complaining about O'Shea? Was he complaining about O'Shea?
Oh no, he not because O'Shea's the number one Roman
Okay, so he's
lover.
not complaining
Yeah.
about that. See, all right, Seth. Here's the deal. I mean, Roman Reigns, he can come on this show anytime he wants. You know what I mean? But you're my guy, Seth. You're my guy.
He
know what I
could come on the show anytime he wants, but he doesn't. And I'm there for you when you need me the most,
Exactly.
Rich.
Wait a minute,
Anytime
we have
you call my name, I'm like Batman. You put the Seth signal up in the sky, I'm there
He's
for
there.
you.
And by the way, we did exactly that, last week, and we appreciate you doing that. Plus, TJ, you put up the picture here, man. Just put up the picture. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Look at this.
There
traitor,
he
TJ.
is.
Listen,
What are you doing?
Wow.
You got them chompers out too.
wow.
Chiclets.
Listen, O'Shea is so over the top in his love for Roman on No Contest. I really have to balance it out. I've always got to lean Seth's way because otherwise, O'Shea takes it to the next level. So, but like I said, I've got no dog in the fight. They're two of my favorites of all time, man.
Seth, all
This
you
is
know,
rough.
Monday night, Cage was in the Rollins shirt. I got him the Rollins chain. We were the only ones cheering for you in our section. This lady and her son looked at us as we were booing Roman, and she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Come on, what do you mean, really?"
I'm looking forward to it. I think there's a contingent on both sides. So I'm really looking forward to kind of the dueling, singing the songs and the OTCs. And I'm curious to see sort of which one pushes the other one out or if they just sort of amplify each other. That's kind of the beauty of the Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins story is you sort of pick a side and you're in on it. And not a lot of fence sitters like TJ over there.
Nice.
But it's going to be an electric crowd. Like I'm really excited to see kind of just how it plays. And the audience is like they're like an actor in our play. So I'm very curious to see where they sit and what kind of energy they bring in Minneapolis on Sunday night.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.